Greetings, Jedi traders. David here of TradingFibs.com to bring you the daily trend for week 26. It is day 2, June 27, 2017, as we roll out the month. Please make sure, and as always, to seek financial advisement when trading with your money, as these videos are for educational purposes only, to support your knowledge in the market, see what's going through my head on any given day. Always make sure you have a solid trading plan, and always manage your stop when placing a trade. All right, Jedi traders, welcome. Happy Sunglasses Day to you on this last week of June as we start to roll into a holiday weekend. Let's go ahead and get right into the charts here. Taking a look at the tag on the website here for the blog post today, arrowed down. That's exactly what we've got. We got ourselves our momentum downside. Trading session recap posted here this morning. By the way, check it out 30 minutes prior to the market open, the pre-market trend, including the link in case you don't have your own subscription to Mr. Ken Polcari's macro overnight newsletter from the previous session, pointing out that exactly that markets by several indicators have been showing some weakness. We've been seeing that on the charts, consolidation. Markets are going to break in either direction, so you got to be ready for both ways, and it's exactly what we got after momentum chopping overnight on an amazing day. Got to just maybe keep wearing the beanie cap for a trading day. Nice long trend yesterday. We got ourselves a trend, but reversal today on the PM session, where we usually get the moves in the AM. We got it on the PM session today after Fed speakers highlighting today's economic section here after some AM numbers, and there it was. It was all momentum to the downside. So slow grinding shop on the AM session, especially on the lower time frames, and then PM session reversed. But waking up this morning to an amazing, nice 6E Globex move. There it was with a little bit of deeper pullbacks on the 10 tick. So there it was from your Globex session. From the Euro Open on the London Open, nice trendy move to the upside, all there within a couple seconds. So again, if you caught on to the trend at the start, that was nice. But 15 tick, just pull it back a little bit. When you got a lot of noise, when you got a long trend, it's okay to go from a 5-minute to a 15-minute. Same thing here on the range charts. You want to go to a higher time frame, and there you go. You got yourself a nice entry. Now, if you didn't get the initial entry on the overnight, you had your chance on a pullback here. But again, 6E, let me go ahead and show you that full session. Zoop, right up, 15-tick chart. Nice move. So if you weren't able, and again, the chart setup, as I mentioned each day, let's get that chart up for you. Whether it's to the long or to the short, I know I keep ending up showing you the shorts here on the daily trend, but again, one day I'll go ahead and do a chart for the reverse. But again, we're looking for solid Heikin-Ashi bars below the cloud. We're looking to be in sync with the second row, which is the 534 EMA, and then we want to make sure it's in trend. So 6E, an amazing move to the upside. Not only on the Euro Open, US Open gets another opportunity to the upside. Actually, this was towards the, I don't think I caught a picture here at the end. Well, actually, we'll jump to that chart here in a moment. But that beautiful picture on the 6E all the way to the European Close Plus sum. All right, Jedi traders, let's go ahead and let's jump right into the market internals. There we are on the market profile. Here we go. Looking at the volume, 70% of today's trading, sitting in between around 57.70 down to 70.100. That's about 70 points. Huge move today. Looking for those single prints above and below. We got a little bit of weakness at the top of the NQ. So, yep, down the road somewhere as we leave an open gap today, actually, to the upside. Just barely, but price action, again, weakness at the top of the profile. That means at some point we go ahead and repair that. ES, if you remember yesterday, we mentioned that VPOC, 600 VPOC actually shifted with consolidation. Point of control has moved up, so we're in a value area right now on the ES. Something to note. Again, closing out 2 POCs downside as Those can be looked at as daily gaps as well. And again, a weak top. So no, not many prints up here above the 70% range from about 24.38 down to 24. So a little bit over, what's that, 14 points? Get my math in a little bit there. Yeah, that's about it. A little over 14, 10, somewhere in between 10 and 14. Anyway, price action on the bigger range around 24.16 up here to 38. So a little bit bigger range, but 70% of today's trading represent in that range. So keep note of that as we move forward. Daily gaps, there it is. New open gap, 57.68. Just by a hair twinge, but we do close out the downside gap, 57.07. So we'll go ahead and clear that out. And yep, as market action starting to shift here, well, we'll yet to see markets pull back. And then they lift up again, but it's still a lot of hodgepodge here of consolidation. We got up, down, up, downs, and we're still holding at the highs. Market not ready to decide which way to go, but definitely a pullback, momentum downside as the nearest open gaps all the way down. Excuse me. All right, Jedi Traders, AD line, talking about AD lines today. All the way down to negative 90 right there at the open, lifts back upside and manages to migrate its way all the way back down. So what does that tell you? It tells you that momentum had it right from the get-go in the morning's session as NQ actually was headed downside but got a lift back up, took out a lot of stops there and ended up grinding its way back down. ESYM, same picture all around as the NISS nicely moved its way back downside. All right, let's jump into the, let's take a look at the ES full session. Here we go, market open. There it is, had it right. We're stuck inside that Globex chop. As a preferred non-range-bound trend trader, I like to get out of that range. So sometimes if you're sitting in that Globex or 25-minute open range, whichever one you decide, once momentum was able to leave that range, that's where the trend was initiated. Somewhere we got down here, could have been an MML low for any reason, Murray math levels. Price action bounced back up, but it was all underneath the daily VWAP on the ES. As price action rejected here at the 144 EMA, and you found yourself, if choosing to decide in that last hour as volatility continued to pick up after Yellen was already on the airwaves, and market reacting to a variety of different influences, but today, who knows whether that was the impact or not. Just got to trade the charts in front of you and leave the buys at the doors, as I say each day. All right, so ES, nice move. We'll take a look at some of those individual setups here in a moment. NQ, nice price action. There was your midnight open. Had it right on the Globex. Price action on the market open. Again, I went to a very high time frame. There was a lot of noise on the smaller time frames today. Watching on a 15 tick was much easier. 20 tick even nicer. AM session consolidation. That's right. We've been talking all week about that 10 EMA, 50 EMA, and there it is. We broke that today. So you'll see that pasted all over the news. NQ ETF, QQQ finally breaking the 50 EMA. So price action on the PM session, able to get down, test that 144, and finish at the MML reversal. YM again, nice picture, 10.7. Not as much movement here. Again, false price action to the upside on the YM, ends up leading to the downside in the PM session with one, counted two entries as T3 moving average finally crossed over to the downside. 6J, we had a nice move. There it was, Globex session, very smooth trending, and then PM session not getting much price action there. So NQ today, the highlight there on closing the, as we saw that sideways action, here's a 15 tick chart. Again, some entries to the downside, just could not get that to move. So at some point, you might have just given up and said, forget it. I'm not playing on the NQ or any of the indices today. Finally, PM session, reversal of yesterday. We get the trend in the movement in the afternoon. We go out, close that open gap downside. Yep, those counter trenders, a nice try on the move to the downside. ES again, similar picture. There was that PM session move. And that was pretty much it to call it the day. All right, let's jump into some of the charts here. Let's take a look at the ES as we continue to consolidate here at the top, and now pulling back as on a daily. We want to keep in mind as we lose support at that 10 EMA. we'll be watching for that 50 EMA downside. All right, let's jump into the time frames here and see where on the ES those high time frames are. Again, keep in mind 4 steps. A, is price action above or below the Heikin Ashi bars? The cloud, excuse me, the 5144. 2, is it a trending bar? 3, is it in sync with the 534, which is row number 2 here, an overlay from another chart that looks exactly like that. Right? You can actually just put the 534 EMA on the chart if that helps and you don't want to use that. And then the 5144 represented by the cloud here, which is also represented as a visual. I like to see it whether it's red or green. All right. So where were those highest probability setups? Well, we see in the PM session, there's the moving average crossover. Price action again on the cautions here as it's only in sync with the 534. So your higher probability setup, even though this looked good once price action got underneath the daily VWAP, it was the pullback over the Globex low and then right here, solid body tail down on the ES. 30 minutes before, actually Yellen had already been speaking, I apologize, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And there you go, smooth trend on the ES. Opportunity to bring the stop up to the pullback. If you keep your stop up here at the break even, as price action moves down, bring your stop here, and eventually you're stopped out anywhere. If you're able to hold on through the cloud, unable to break upside, kudos to you. Price action gives you another opportunity to the downside. Perhaps you wait on the pullback, perhaps you got taken out. There's your next setup. Solid Heikin Ashi bar trending down to the downside. Let's go ahead and open that up a little bit more so you can see that. All right, so there you go. Solid Heikin Ashi bar is a trending candle. It means downwards price action. T3 moving averages are crossed over. 534 is in sync. 5144 is in sync. You wait for the bar to close. Always wait for that bar to close. And then entry on the second bar, market order. Place the stop at the swing size or anywhere above. Keep it too close. You're always willing to risk yourself from being taken out. NQ, let's go to NQ one more time. Show those setups. There it was, early morning chop. That's on a 20-tick range chart. Again, solid Heikin Ashi bars. Anytime the T3 moving average is crossed over. Again, it's only supplemental, those moving averages. But if you want to implement it in your trading strategy, it's another combination of an indicator that shows you the price action is downside or either upside for that matter. Wait for the trending candle. There it is. Then move down. Pull back. Opportunity to move the stop. Re-entry down here, solid Heikin Ashi bars, MML all the way down to the reversal. So AM session, you had yourself a first nice move. Yep, there was a move right up here towards the tops on the NQ. It's just starting to move. We were watching the 57.61 up here this morning. That would have gotten you caught if you were waiting for the breakout. And just be patient, wait for the next setup, and you were able to get numerous opportunities to the downside on the NQ. All right, let's jump over to the MMLs. Looking ahead to tomorrow, where do we sit here on the bigger picture? Again, the MMLs is just merely an indicator. You could be using Fibonacci's, Fibonacci projection, retracements, Camarilla pivots, daily pivots, doesn't matter. Lots of levels out there. They're only fractal. It's about riding the momentum. That's what it is. So where are we? We've lost support at the 10 EMA. We watched the 50 as the next level of support as momentum clearly downside in the yes, and that's where we left you yesterday. So breaking that 10 EMA today, MML levels, zone low. We'll see if there's support here on the Globex. Usually if there's a nice sell-off during the day, we can just simply follow through on the Globex, but yet today not indicative of what will happen overnight. So watch that 50 EMA overnight as we move down here to the lower numbers around 2,400, which would be an even number. So right now, momentum definitely downside on the NQ. Any bounce back? Look back upside to the 50% pullback here at 24.29 up to the 10 EMA. Take a look on the NQ as the zone low here. We've broken the 50 EMA. Got a ways to go to get down to that 200 period moving average as we got some deep dives to get down there. Down here at 52.88. But at some point, got to be ready for it. It will come. Zone high sitting up here. Any price action lifts back up this week. Watch for the breakthrough back above 50.10. So right now I got to go with the momentum downside after the reject there at the 34 yesterday. Got a nice fib projection downside here actually. Indecision bars. And that's what kept you in the mentality today on the charts is seeing this bigger picture sitting downside. You don't worry about all the noise on the smaller, lower time frame charts on the range. So price action holding down here in the zone low. Watch down to 56.25. Next major levels downside until we get a 60-minute reset. We'll be down here on the daily here at 54.68 down to 54.29. YM charts losing that support to 10 EMAs. We've been huddling there, consolidation. We'll see if we hold here as we got a little bit of time left. Again, volume wasn't so bad today, but again, our FANG and our Microsoft, Starbucks, Netflix not holding up the NQ today and the ES. All right, so we lost support here at the 10 EMAs. We work our way down to the zone low, so anywhere from 250 down to 191. Let's jump over to that 6E chart. There it was. I meant to get a picture. Do not think that matches my... Nope, it doesn't. So I'll go ahead and grab that. Anyway, there's your European Open, US Open, and European close as market action closes out the day up at the highs here. So nice move on the 6E. All right, so rolling into tomorrow's session, economic calendar. We have, and rolling in towards end of the month, GDP, non-farm payrolls there on Friday. Tomorrow, EIA report, crude. So watch that crude tomorrow as crude's been holding at the lows, and international trade number. All right, Jedi traders, as each day, if I haven't covered it, I'll make sure to get it out there. But until then, that's a daily wrap up for the daily trend. Looking at the technical momentum of the indices and key futures charts as I see them each day. Feel free to stop by here at Trading Fibs or any of my social media outlets to obtain more information. My trading mantra is one simple strategy, one market, one chart, or any chart, any time frame that will keep you disciplined. You can find me every day on, that's right, Twitter at Trading Fibs or StockTwits. Feel free to follow me on the charts. And that's right, as I say each day, leave the crystal ball to the experts. Watch the charts in front of you and leave that bias at the door when trading. I can't stress that enough. You got to leave that bias for whatever, regardless what you think it is. As I posted yesterday, that's right, those perma bears are coming out. If you don't know what that is, go ahead and look it up. Perma bears, and another term which I haven't seen for a while, the Hindenburg Omen, posted by Ken Polcari this morning. Might give you an indicator that, yeah, there's a shift. There's a little bit of shift towards the short side. So are you all in? Have you sold everything at the tops? I don't have the indicator there to say that yet. I definitely can say on the short term, definitely momentum is shifting downside. So, but does that mean you can't take the long on an intraday? Absolutely not. Got to be ready both directions for the intraday. But for our long-term holdings, make sure that you're ready for that quarter rebalancing, which we are only days away from. Jedi traders, if you're interested in joining us, our community of like-minded traders seeking those highest probability setups, feel free to email me, david@tradingfibs.com. You can join us any Thursday or Friday to view the light chart setups as they happen in the trade day. And feel free to check out anything else at the top, including the trading rules abridged, e-manual information, plenty of simplified version for our website to tell you what it is that I do and what we do each day in the trading room. Hey guys, if you're interested in that Infinity Futures webinar, posted right here at the top. You don't have to scroll all the way down anymore. Feel free to check it out. 3-part series in creating a trading plan and getting yourself into a solid path to hopefully becoming an established trader. It takes a long time, long time. All right, that is it. Today, besides National Sunglasses Day, National PTS Day, serious stuff. So a shout out to anybody going through that. Hopefully you'll be able to heal through that one day, and hopefully we can draw enough resources in our society to take care of those afflicted. It's not just war, but it's also domestic conflict, etc. So shout out to that as well today. Have yourselves a Blue Zone day wherever you may be. Holiday weekend is coming up. Portland here, National Blues Fest, 4 days, not national, but local, 4-day Blue Fest. Looking forward to that. So hopefully you guys are going to be doing something fun for the weekend. Until then, David from TradingFibs.com wishing you all a good day, a good night, and good trading to you.